Traumatose. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What's
Was
up, y'all,
good.
man? We appreciate y'all tuning in. This is interviews with Meech, man. We here on the Gas Chamber Battle League. We like to remind y'all before we start anything to remember to like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Send it to your folks, your aunt, your uncle, your brother, your sister, whoever. Salute to everybody that's supporting my man Traumatose in the chat already. They in here deep as
Thanks.
shit. You know what I
Yeah, I
mean?
appreciate y'all.
Shout out to everybody, man. Like I told Traumatose, it's a little bit of a lag, so don't pay that shit no mind. Um, we working out the kinks, but we gonna get it started anyway. But shout out to
Yes,
everybody in the
sir.
chat. You feel me?
Shout out to the
Um,
chat.
if y'all do have any questions or comments of what we talking about, you know what I mean. You can put it in the comment section. You know what I mean. And we'll throw y'all up on the screen. You know what I mean? Shout out to Miss Traumatose, you know what I mean? Showing love.
Facts.
Shout out to everybody that's on here showing love. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So we'll throw that shit up there. But yeah. So Toast, how you feeling, man? What's up with you?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good, man. I just been busy on my grind, man. Working on music, doing the battle rapping.
Okay.
Uh, I got a couple of artists under my entertainment company too, so I've been trying to structure them as well. Got a producer under our company, so I've been trying to get all them right and
Right.
juggle the family life. You know how it is. You know what I mean? It's a non-stop grind.
People don't understand how hard that shit is sometimes, man.
Facts.
You know what I
Like you,
mean?
yeah, for real. Like I talked to my brother. Shout out to my brother Meech, too loud too, man. Like you understand, man. Like it's a lot of work even being in front of this camera. Like the setup, the preparation. Like
Right.
it's not just like you sit down in front of the camera and just it is. It's a lot of work, and a lot of people don't really realize that. So. And in relationships and family, that's a job too. That's probably the most important job an individual has, man. Being a son, being a father, being a grandson, an uncle, that is a job. It is a job that pays in the currency of love and respect.
I'm
A lot of
telling you.
people don't a lot of people don't understand that. So, I'm juggling all this. Pause.
Talk that, oh man, you talking grown man shit. You
Facts.
talking grown man stuff right now, man. This is for real, man. I gotta remember that shit now too, man. I got nephews and nieces and everything else, so you gotta watch how you
Facts.
move out here and the things you mean you doing and shit because other people are watching this that you really care about. You know what I mean?
Real talk.
So,
Real talk. Even when you don't realize the imprint you leave on people's lives. You know what I mean? Like
yep,
that's why it's really important to move, you know what I mean, and conduct yourself like in a grown fashion because it could be the little dude, that's 14, 15 that taps into your YouTube page, listen to your music. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
like it's super important that you know what I mean? Like what you project out there is what you want people to recognize you for and what you want people to reflect on who you are as. Cause like I say this all the time, man. Like I'm a comic book nerd too. So like
mm,
with great power comes great responsibility. It's
ability.
probably like for real talk. Like,
Yeah, that's real though.
because as public figures, whether you stream, whether you rap, whether you act or do sports, like you're there's at least a handful of people that you're super influential on their lives.
Right.
You know what I mean? So even if you don't know them,
Yeah.
like there's probably some kid in Cambodia. You know what I mean? Like I'm just using that for example. I don't really know. There might be,
Right.
but
Right.
you know what I mean? That listens to my music religiously. So the things I put out there is what he thinks. Damn, this dude's the dopest dude. So like what you put out there, man, you gotta understand those are the seeds that you plant for the future, the force of this world, man. So you gotta really make sure that what you put out there is something that you know what I mean. You really
You
want to be remembered by, and something that influences people in the right way, man. Great power comes great responsibility.
you're right, bro. I'm telling you, man. That shit is it's and it's not for everybody. That's the sad part because that pressure sometimes is too much
Facts.
for a person, and that's when you get, you know what I mean, like you get motherfuckers who, niggas who deadbeat dads, whatever, you know what I mean. But that's when you get that shit, motherfuckers leaving home and can't take care, so that pressure get to you. It's
Facts.
hard, bro.
Facts.
But
Yeah. Real
But
talk.
before we get into it, man, I want to thank everybody in here rocking with us. It's the Gas
Facts.
Chamber Battle League. You know what I mean? We straight out of Philly. We in here with Traumatose, man. We linked up with Traumatose because we had the song contest, and he entered a song and uh pretty much killed everybody.
But I think I won second. I think I entered three now. I think I won second place
So,
twice, and then
yeah, so
Tony and I tied for second. I went ahead and took third, man, because I was like,
it
man,
was a lot of ill rappers. Like we had my man Fresh to God on here from
facts. Shout out to
Virginia
Fresh to
last
God.
week. Yeah, I mean, he had a whole bunch of I think he ended like three joints, two or three joints, but he had some hot songs. You had some hot joints. Killer Tone had some hot joints.
Shout out to
But
Killer Tom.
yeah, man. So you from Alaska,
Yes,
right?
sir. Anchorage, Alaska. I'm a,
Anchorage.
so I'm originally from Washington. I was born in Washington, right?
All right.
But like, man, I've done kindergarten up here. My kids are from here. I've graduated school up
Nigga,
here.
you Alaskan nigga.
Yeah, look, like, so I don't like, bro. It's to the point where I go to Washington and I feel like a tourist. I don't even
Right,
feel like that's home. You know what I mean? I
right.
was just born there, but like every good and bad memory I have out of my life is up here. You know what I mean?
Okay.
This is home. Yeah,
This is
like,
home. Right.
yeah,
So
I'm
I don't know, man. Tell us a little bit about growing up in Alaska. Things you used to do, you and your homies, and y'all kicking it, growing up. Like
man.
how was it
Uh
growing up in Alaska? The weather, like explain the what y'all have, like 6 months of darkness or something
yeah,
sometimes.
we pretty much got winter, spring, summer. Like I think fall like it's fall right now, right?
Okay.
The leaves just started turning yellow. There'll be snow next month though. You feel me? So
Uh,
like we got like 1 month of fall, but yeah, the end of spring and the summer, we got sun for about anywhere from 18 to 22 hours. You know what I mean? And then there's like 2 days out the year where we got like 24 hours of sunlight.
hey yo.
And then in the wintertime, it's the complete opposite. It's dark like it is light. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. To me, that's
That make
normal though.
that make
You know
it
what I mean?
colder though. Yeah, but that's what you've been
Yeah,
dealing
you
with
know what I
that your
mean?
whole life. Like that's
Yeah.
nothing.
So like for me, that's normal. Like, I like to travel. So I've gone to Cali, I've gone to Phoenix and all that. That shit was weird to me that it'd be dark by like 5 o'clock. And then it's bright.
Right,
It's bright at like 5 o'clock in the morning. You know what I
right,
mean? I'm like, bro, this shit's weird, bro. They got
right.
like 12 and 12. This shit's odd.
All right.
but but like, yeah, man, it's different. Like, we got like there's real city problems up here, man. There's like gangs, there's heavy crime. You know what I mean? We got like hoods up here and stuff too. Um, I think we're number three in the United States, like for violent crimes, like per capita. A lot of
Really?
people don't know that. Yeah, it's a rough place up here, kind of, bruh. I mean, it's rough any city you go to. Let's just be
Yeah.
honest. You know what I
But
mean?
I
Like
mean,
any,
I think people when they think about Alaska, they just think cold and Eskimos and
yeah,
igloos and
dog
shit.
sleds,
So yeah, so
eagles.
they don't
Yeah,
think like it get,
yeah.
you know what I mean? But
What's
it's
like
hoods everywhere, man.
it's like the shit they project on TV, right? You got like the ice road truckers, the
Yeah,
deepest
yeah,
catch. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So like that's what people think of when they think of Alaska. But like growing up here, it was crazy. Like I've been like in and out the system since 11.
Okay.
So like you know what I mean? Like I've been on my own. I ain't had my parents. I've been on my own since 11. You feel
Wow.
me? Just my dad got caught up with the whole epidemic in the 80s and
Okay.
stuff, and
Right.
my dad was lost, and then my mom had stuff going on too, so she kind of jumped ship at 8, and then the state took me at 11. So like I wasn't comfortable being a foster home, so I run off all the time and shit. So like I was just like running the streets and whatnot since 11. And like I guess I made life harder for me than it had to be, you feel me? So like, we stealing cars off the car lot when I was like 13, 14, and like crazy stuff, you know what I mean? Some stuff I really can't, divulge
Right,
too much
right.
into, but like the stuff I mentioned, I've been in trouble for. So, I can mention that. But yeah, it's just, bro, like it was crazy. And the rap scene up here, man, I fell in love. Like I fell in love with like East Coast music. Like everyone up here, they were like on the Brother Lynch. They were like on
Okay.
I mess with E42, man. Like, don't get me wrong, I do mess with some West Coast music. But like everybody was on the West Coast music, like Sibo,
Mm-hmm.
all that. And like I think my one of my first 5 CDs was Black Moon and Wu-Tang Clan. And I was just like, yo, this shit's different.
Right.
This shit's different. Like, yo, you hear how they putting their words together? Like, I can tell you actually my first 5 CDs was a Wu-Tang Clan, Black Moon, Outkast's first CD.
Southern
Uh
playlistic Cadillac music.
yeah,
Yeah.
Doggy Style
All right.
and Warren G's Regulate.
Mm,
You know what I mean? So I mean it
yeah.
was a combination of both, but I was just so
That's a
intrigued.
that's crazy that you had those were your five because for real, you could argue all five, but 4 of the 5 are definitely classic albums, and those
Facts.
were the 5 first albums that you ever owned. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So
Facts.
that's
And
that's
like
that's wild.
I thought like I liked the cleverness of the skits and like the melodic feel like the Warren G and the Snoop Dogg, right? Like all
Right,
those samples and just that G Funk sound. Like to me, that shit was dope.
right,
But it was like Outkast, Black Moon, and Wu Tang, like the way they were rapping. Like to me, I was like, yo, that shit's incredible. That shit is crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like they flipping words like multi-syllable, compound syllable rhyme schemes. I was like,
right.
bro, that shit is crazy.
I
And like
remember the
people,
first time I heard Wu Tang, man. That shit, like the first thing I heard was "Protect Your Neck." So just the
yeah,
I jump
yeah,
on the mic like smoking Joe Frazier. The hell, you like? Oh,
yeah.
okay. Then the beat, it just that shit was just dope, man. So I understand
and
what you
like
mean.
yeah, RZA's production too. Like I don't know if a lot of people realize like RZA samples different. Like
Yeah,
his samples be off.
yeah,
They be off. Like
yeah.
they're not like an even, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like cut. They're
Hmm.
off. And he found a
He
way
does
to
that shit on
flip them.
purpose, though.
Yeah, Jay Dilla was another one that could do that too, man. And like to me, it was just so quick because it sounded so different and so gritty. And
Right.
like growing up the way that I'd grown up, like I just kind of seemed to attach to that more. Like you know what I mean? I feel like it touched my soul more just because it was grittier. And like I just man, I fell in love with it. I fell in love with it. And so by like 5th grade, so I'm a beast with poetry. That's something else a lot of people don't know. Like I started off writing poetry, and I had a teacher in 5th grade that was like, "Yo, you're like really really advanced with what you do. Have you ever thought of writing music?"
Hmm.
And I was like, nah. And she was like, "Well, what's your favorite kind of music?" And I was like, "I like rap." She was like, "Well, try writing a rap song." You know what I mean? It was around Christmas time. She was like, "Try and write a Christmas rap song, and if you know what I mean, if it's good."
Yeah.
We'll let you perform it during the intermission of the Christmas like school play and whatnot.
Was it
And
good?
so, man, I got the opportunity to perform
All right.
it.
Where? So how'd it
And
go though?
man, the parents, the teachers, I got a standing ovation. I was hooked. I was hooked
Word.
from there. I was
Fifth
like, all
grade.
right.
That's crazy
I was like,
because
yeah, like I want this. I like this.
that shit goes back to the shit we spoke on in the beginning of the interview when you say you never know who's watching or you never know, you know what
Facts.
I mean? Because if that woman's who's to say if that woman didn't encourage you to do
That I
that,
would have
who's to
ever.
say you would ever started writing music, rapping, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I
So
think before that, I wanted to be an astronaut, bro.
you see what I'm saying? You'd have either, God forbid, got blown the fuck up or been on
Facts,
the
facts,
fucking moon by now. But
facts,
no, you said
facts.
she got in your life and you was like, you know what, bars. Yeah, nigga.
Facts. Yeah, like I loved it. It was just like the reaction and the attention. Am I like at that point, like that was like right before, you know what I mean? Like, I was like in state's custody on my own and shit. You feel me?
Right.
So I think it was the same year as a matter of fact. So that kind of became like the attention I got from that and like how therapeutic it was, to get acknowledged for something I did. You feel me? Like to me, that shit was like golden. And so I was like addicted to that. I was kind of addicted to that. And so I kept working on it and working on it. And then I think when I was like 13, I was in juvie, and I'd see like 16, 17-year-olds having ciphers. You know what I mean? Little freestyle ciphers. I used to kind of like tap in,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them dudes was like, "Yo, this little dude writes. He writes, and he's kind of nice." I ain't for lying for that. Like, you know what I mean? I was always the toughest nigga and nothing. You feel me? Like, I was kind of afraid to get in them ciphers with them. I didn't want, because they'd be battling. I didn't want to say nothing offensive to these older niggas. You feel me?
They had to
And then
fight
they'll
an
get
old
my
head.
yeah, they end up getting my ass kicked by some 17-year-old dudes. You feel me? I'm gonna keep it a buck. You know what I mean? But like, they let me go in there and rap my stuff with them, and they were like, "Yo, this little dude's dope." And I
Right.
finally got comfortable with like rapping with them and like sparring with them, and they encouraged me too. And so like I knew like that's what I wanted to do, man. Like I had so many people tell me, you gotta think realistic, man. Like, you know what I mean? You ain't finna be a rapper. Like, think of a logical job. And I was like, nah, man. Like, this is what
Yeah,
I
but
want to
if see
do.
if you think that way, then nobody would. You know what I mean? There would be
Facts,
no rap. Like,
facts,
come on, how you gonna tell somebody don't do it, and then like honestly, that shit. I'm gonna go back to being in Alaska. That shit is intriguing. If somebody told me, "Yo, check out this nigga from Alaska," I'm what? Let me hear it. Just cause it's like, oh, this nigga's rapping in Alaska, my nigga.
right?
And it's not like you don't believe it, but it's just something you never thought of.
It's kind of
Like
exotic. It's kind of exotic
it's
sounding. You
like,
know what I
yeah,
mean? Yeah.
it's not like because it's rappers in Finland right now. You know what I mean? I know
Facts.
it is. You know what I mean? I know there's rappers in Alaska, but you just don't think about that shit. Like, yeah, it's
Right.
right. It's
It's
like
not
me
one of the
thinking,
top places.
yeah, it's like me thinking it's rappers in Iowa, and I know it's rappers in Iowa, but it's Iowa. It's like you don't
Shout
think
out,
about
hey,
it.
shout out to my brother Rudnock. He in the chat. He from Iowa. He be rapping.
See what I'm saying? See what the fuck I'm saying? It's like you don't even think about that shit. It's like states that people don't really mention that often that aren't like, those
Facts.
vacation spots and nothing like that. You don't think about just rappers being from there, man, because for real, you don't think about nothing. I don't think about nothing. I don't think about Iowa until I watch maybe a college football game because they what's that Hawkeyes or whatever be balling sometimes. So,
Facts. Facts.
but
Yeah, no, go
what you was
ahead,
gonna
bro.
say? Go ahead, bro.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, it's crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you run into people from the most unexpected places, and you know what I mean? Like, sometimes the wow fact, like Drake from Toronto. Niggas weren't
Yeah,
niggas weren't thinking that, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like anybody be coming out of Toronto, and then Drake came out of Toronto, and niggas were kind of like, yo, this nigga's a little different, man. You feel me? Like, that's
yeah.
crazy.
But shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I don't know if
Shout out
y'all
to the
getting
chat.
the little bit of the lag and working on the connection or whatever, but we appreciate y'all tuning in, man. We in here with Traumatose,
Facts.
the Alaskan assassin. I don't know if that's his
Yes, sir.
nickname, but that's what we called the nigga, and I like the way it sound. Sugar Reese or Sugar Ray in here calling him the Alaskan assassin, so that's
Hey,
what the
look, the
fuck the
crazy
nigga name.
thing is before like a week before, maybe 2 weeks before, a week or two before y'all started calling me that, Sugar Ray coined the term, man. It's
That's
super
crazy. Great
crazy.
minds, man. Great minds think
Facts,
alike,
facts,
man.
facts.
You feel me? It rolls off the tongue. Pause. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, the Alaskan
Married to the
assassin.
bars in the building.
Yeah. Oh, Married to the Bars. Shout out to them, man.
Facts,
Without Married to the Bars, you wouldn't even have the connection. So that's dope as shit. Shout out to Married to the Bars,
facts.
man. Make sure y'all go check them
Till
out
and
on
Kev.
Caffeine. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Shout out Till and Kel, man. I know I think
Married to
Kel
the
was a little
bars.
under the weather. I hope she's feeling better. You know what I mean? All that
Facts,
good stuff.
prayers.
Salute to them. Shout out to everybody that's in here. Cheryl,
Bar
Gregory,
affiliates.
Gregory Adams, you know what I mean? Sugar
Shout out to
Ray,
Gas
Tamika
Chamber too,
Jackson.
man.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to
Appreciate
y'all.
you, man. Was it
Facts.
Damier the Dragon? Shout out to
Yeah.
everybody that's in here, man. We appreciate all y'all.
Hey, a lot of these individuals in the chat too are incredible artists too. There are like a lot of them are artists that I interact with, work with, that I've met, from doing my streaming online,
Right.
and they're incredible, man, incredible artists. Like, yeah, yeah. Shout out, man. Shout out to
That's
the
what's up.
umbrella.
Shout out to
Facts. Shout
them,
out to the
man.
umbrella.
We
Yes,
gonna
sir.
DM the Gas Chamber Battle League on YouTube. I mean no YouTube on Instagram, man. And you know what I mean, we can set up an interview. I'm interested in meeting new artists and all that stuff right about now. We got
Yes,
Killer Tone
sir.
actually next week.
Shout out to Killer Tone,
Shout out
man.
to Killer Tone. We got him next week for the interview.
Killer
So
Tone.
Mika said, can we get some bars, Assassin? I'm gonna ask him at the end of the show if we can get some bars. You feel me?
Kobe, what's good?
Since I got China Black on here and she had bars, I said, you know what? I'm gonna start asking artists to drop a little. Even if you drop 6 bars, I'm cool with that. I don't care, man. You know what I mean? So I said I'm gonna
Facts.
start asking artists to drop bars on the show at the end.
I'm cool with it.
Tell us about some of your projects musically that you have out right now and you promoting and everything else.
I just dropped in the past, I think month and a half, I dropped 2 EPs. I just dropped one on September 9th. That was my birthday, so I just dropped
Okay.
one in.
Okay. What's the name of it?
Humble Beast Volume 1.
That's what's up.
Excuse me.
You good?
Humble Beast Volume 1.
How many tracks on the EP you said?
I mean, I got 6 on that one.
Okay. That's a nice
I
number
just
for an EP though.
facts.
I hate when
I
people
just
drop an EP and it's like 3 tracks. Like,
Oh
why?
yeah. Nah. Look, I feel like if you drop an EP, like I feel like there at least has to be 5. At
Right.
least between, you know what I mean? Between like 5 to 8. You feel me? Like that's just me though. That's my preference.
That's your opinion, right? Mine. Me and you agree. So
Yeah, I don't want to be looking for somebody to drop an EP to have 2 or 3 songs on. I'll be like, man, why didn't you just drop these as singles?
as singles, right? Bro,
Had me waiting for this project for
I'm
3
telling you,
singles. Come
you could
on,
have just
man.
dropped
Like
3 singles and did a video for each of them and got it out the way. Like you ain't
facts.
even had to, you know what I mean, have us waiting like this.
Oh my bad. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I want to hear. I was about to say what else.
Before Humble Beast, I dropped a project called Devil's Work. There's a story behind that EP too, man.
Devil's Work.
Yeah, me and me and another artist, due to some bullshit. You feel me? Like we separated, and there was like little jabbing back and forth at each other online,
Okay.
and yeah, so his wife has said that I was a narcissist, and that what does the devil and narcissist have in common? They're the same person. So I dropped this Devil's Work EP kind of as a response to all that bullshit. Man, and look, to be honest, like that shit is crazy. Like that EP is crazy. Like and then for the record, I will never focus that much time in putting like I don't respond to disses anymore or nothing like that. You feel me? That's not like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you want me to respond to you, we could battle. You could put a
Right.
bag on me. You know what I mean? That's the only way you're gonna do it. Or unless you somebody that can affect like my career. Like saying Eminem or Jay-Z or somebody else like,
Yeah, I can
man,
come
fuck
up
this
off
dude.
dissing this motherfucker. I can make it
You
come
know
up
what I
off
mean?
dissing.
But the way or you know what I mean, ruin my career because they got high stature. That's the only way you're gonna get like a response from me.
Yeah, but
You
either
know what I mean?
way,
So
I don't in situations like that, I don't think it's a little bit of a risk, but I don't think it's that much because either way you get eyes put on you. So when you be like, oh,
facts.
who is this nigga dissing this motherfucker? Now you over, you know what I mean, you looking at his music and you trying to, you know what I mean, let's see who he is. So
Facts. I mean, like most of the people that you know what I mean, that I won't even say most because I don't be having issues like that. Let me stop. So like the few people, like not for real, like the few people I've had issues with, you know what I mean, like really I ain't even respond to because I'm like, bro, I'm doing you a favor. You feel me?
right. I'm
The the Devil's Work EP was a little more personal because it was a nigga I consider my brother. You feel me? And so like, you know what I
wow.
mean? It was kind of a little more personal than just like
Yeah.
some internet shit. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Well,
you know what I
I
mean?
figured
Damn.
that if you said that you're not gonna respond to shit anyway, and then you made a whole EP responding to a motherfucker. I knew it was near and dear to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your
It was
heart and
it
all
was a
that.
little more.
So
And you know what I mean? Shout out to bro too, man. Like I ain't gonna sing, but shout out to bro, man. I wish you the best on your endeavors, bro. You know what I mean? I hope you
right.
eat at your table. Not at mine, but I hope you know what I mean? I wish you the best. I hope you eat at your table. But
That's mature of you because other niggas would have been like, fuck you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nah, like you know what I mean. Like I feel the way I feel, bro. But I don't wish no bad shit on nobody, bro. Unless you just like the utmost dirt bag. You feel me? Like you gotta like
Right.
you know what I mean? Like you robbing daycares and stepping on babies on the way out or some shit. You feel
That's
me?
fucked
Like
up. Yeah.
I mean, look, I was just trying to think of a dirt bag
Yeah, like that's that you could right now you could just
situation. You
say
feel me? Like.
right now you could just say like Brett Favre or something like that's I don't know if y'all heard about the stuff going on with Brett
you know,
Favre, but yeah, he's a dirtbag. Like,
yeah, I've heard a little bit. You feel me? Um, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, for real, you gotta be like a premium dirt bag. You
right,
feel me? Like for me to like not wish you any best,
right,
wishes, and even then, you know what I mean? Like it ain't my business to condemn somebody else. You feel me? That's between you and a fate, or you know what I mean? Whatever you believe in. You feel me? That's
right,
between y'all. I just, I definitely know I'm not gonna wish bad or good on you at that point, but under that, you feel me? Like I wish you the best on your endeavors. You know what I mean? It's just that's just the type of
word.
individual I am.
Shout out
Um,
Kobe fan in the building, man, too, man. You just stepped in here, man. You know what I mean?
Kobe, my guy.
Appreciate that, Sugar Ray. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody in here. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. Share the live, share, send it to your friends, your mom, dad, sister, brother, anybody, cousin, auntie, uncle, whatever. They like music, like rap music. Send them in here, man.
Facts.
Any artists, DM the Gas Chamber Battle League. I keep saying YouTube, Instagram page, and get with us, man. We'll talk, man. Traumatose, man. So tell me something I want to hear about these shows you got that you be doing. Like you said, you got the Hood Morning, you know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, yeah.
And then
So I got a show. I was supposed to pick it back up on Monday, but like I said, I was getting over this flu,
right,
and I've been like I think I've been off for like I'm almost a month now from doing it. You know what I mean? Cause I've been doing my battle rap stuff too, but we could definitely talk about that, man. Shout out to Baz, bar you to death. You know what I mean? For giving me an opportunity, man.
word,
Um, you know what I mean? So like I got Hood Morning America, man. Number one hip hop infused morning talk show on the internet. You never know who gonna co-host. You never know who you gonna bump shoulders with in the chat.
right,
And my wife actually, with a misspelling, accidentally, we were doing a morning live one day, just chilling, shooting the shit, and my wife did a you know what I mean, misspelled, meant to say good morning, but said Hood Morning, y'all. And I was like, damn,
I
I
like
was
that.
like, damn, that'd be a dope at, like Good Morning America, but like a
Right,
hip hop infused like morning talk show. So Monday through Friday, I do that, man. I should be, like I said, I should be like 100% off this flu on Monday, so I'm gonna pick it back up on Monday morning.
right,
But yeah, man, we, you know what I mean, we talk. It's a talk shit. We talk about like current events and entertainment. Um, you know what I mean? We have different people on the panel. Like that's what I'm saying. You never know who gonna pop up on the panel. You never know who gonna be in the chat. Like we done had different people in the chat. Like shout out to Diamond Dozen. You know what I mean? Shout out to Great God. You know what I mean? They've popped in there. You know what I mean? You never know who gonna be in the chat, man. You never know who gonna pop up on the panel, talk about whatever topics we talking about. There's a lot of
right,
humor. It's funny. We talk about serious stuff, and then we also showcase like indie artists' music journey. I usually have a playlist for the week. You know what I mean? That I showcase different artists and whatnot too. You know what I mean? Just to, kind of bring the hip hop community together. And a lot of people mess with it, man. I be getting messages all the time, like, bro, what happened today? How come you ain't show up, bro? Like what happened with the show? Like, people been panicking, like PTSD
right.
type shit. So, um,
Because they like it, man. You started them on a routine. You know what I mean? They be listening to you
facts,
probably
facts.
at work or whatever they doing in the morning. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people tell me like their day be off kilter without it. So I definitely appreciate that, man. And like everything that everybody puts into it, and like, they support and contribution. So I do that. Me and my brother Meechy, we got the Humbly Fuck Do Your podcast. We actually did an episode last night. It's about an hour long podcast, you know what I mean? And we just talk about like real things, different things. Sometimes it be some funny shit. We did our second episode last night. We are talking about PNB Rock, and like
Yeah,
You know
that
what I
was a
mean?
sad
Like,
situation.
yeah, man, rest in peace, man.
Yeah,
Condolences and blessings for him and his family too, man.
city was kind
Like,
of torn up about this, man. So
yeah, man, like it, bruh, it's sad, man. It's
yeah,
really
man.
sad. Like,
Philly lost a good one, man. Philly lost a real good artist
facts.
right there, man. You know
Like
what I
we were
mean?
talking about, like, bro, how come Takashi, like niggas be knocking all these niggas off, right? But
Nobody
like,
caught up with Takashi yet, huh?
yeah, you know what I mean? Like, bro is super troll. He's a certified whisker wearer. You feel me?
He
Um,
called him a what?
a whisker wearer. You know what I mean? He wears whiskers. You feel me? Cheese eater. You feel
Yeah,
me?
he
Like,
says a
like,
certified whisker wearer.
you know what I mean? Like, and all
Shout out
that,
to
and like
OG Benny in here, man. Shout out my
OG
OG,
Benny, what's
man.
good, brother?
Shout
And
out
like,
to
it's
Too Loud Radio. You in here? I see
oh
y'all,
that yeah,
man.
that's my brother Meech right there. That's he's the other half of the Humbly Fuck Do Your podcast right there.
Word,
That's
word. Shout out to him
yeah.
in here, man.
Shout out to my brother Meechy, man. So like we talk about real stuff like that. Like we were talking about that last night, like just how people move, you know what I mean? And
Right.
like you can't like let a lot of stuff get to your head and stuff. So we got that. Um the barbershop bar breakdowns. We do the barber. I was talking to you about that earlier. We'll invite an artist up. It's a light interview,
Mm-hmm.
it's more like I let the artist take control. Like there's not really any format too much as far as like, I'm asking you certain questions. Like at the beginning, I'll let you kind of introduce, who you are, for new listeners, what I mean, people that might not be familiar with you.
Right.
And we break 3 songs down and break the bars down. You know what I mean? It's more of a lyrical, like it's more of a platform for like lyricists, you know what I mean? So people can really catch like what you saying straight from the artist.
Right.
And like we do that with 3 songs, and then in between we just, barbershop talk. We talk about whatever, sports, politics, women, whatever. You know what I mean? Like whatever you want to talk about. And it's unique to each artist because you know what I mean, there ain't really like a structure, like, okay, we're gonna do this, that. And I know a lot of artists have like super appreciated it, referred me to other people, and they're like, bro, don't you feel like an interview? It just feels like you sitting and shooting the shit with bro. You know what I
Right.
mean? And
That, that's
that's
what's
hey,
up.
look, that's how I feel right now too. I'm gonna let you know that too. I
That's
don't,
what I. That's what that
yeah,
was one of my goals when I started doing this. I wanted it to be like this. You know what I mean? Just like it's a regular
facts,
conversation, and I
facts,
wanted people in the chat to be able to, engage in the conversation as well from the chat. So
facts.
this is the vibe. This is my goal. So I'm happy I reached my goal. You know what I mean? At
Yeah,
least,
nah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
you doing it wonderfully too, man.
I appreciate that, man. Trust me, definitely appreciate that.
Good.
So
Oh, go ahead.
what? Go ahead, talk, man. Fuck
Yeah, I
me.
was, I
Let him
was, I was,
pause.
I was just gonna say, like I know from being in your seat, like you know what I mean, like there be pressure because, like, damn, you know what I mean, like I want to make sure I respect, this man's brand. I want to make sure that I, you know what I mean,
And
bro,
that's well
comfortable.
appreciated, bro.
Yeah,
That's well appreciated because at the end of
yeah,
the day, you got it. That's what a lot of niggas don't think about. Like when we was talking before, I was like, people would tell me, or I would set up interviews with people, and then you tell them to be in a nice, quiet area if you can with good Wi-Fi.
yeah.
And I talked to them, and they at the Chinese store, or they you know what I mean? They at the gas station. It's like, yo,
Walking through
we got an
traffic.
interview. Yeah, we got an interview right now. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And I gotta wait for the truck to ride by before I can ask you this question. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know what I mean? So I appreciate the respect of your
Oh, for
profession,
sure.
you know what I mean?
For sure. I
Professionality.
appreciate it.
People don't have professionalism like this. You know what I mean? So
Real talk.
I
Real talk.
appreciate it, man. That's why I told
Yeah,
you
it's
that
all good.
before. Definitely. This nigga
Yeah,
camera's
it's all
damn near better than mine. You know what I mean? I appreciate it.
yeah, it's all
But
good.
so take me back, man. Like how does an 11-year-old learn how to be on his own, like on the streets, man? Like
Um,
how do you handle that mentally? You know what I mean? Like how do you stay like sane almost? It's like because
so,
at the end of the day, it gotta feel like it's normal because you don't know anything else almost, or am I
so
wrong?
like, so like, I told you, man, and it's not a secret. My dad got caught up with that epidemic in the '80s and shit. You know what I mean?
A lot
Like,
of people got caught up. Everybody
yeah,
got somebody in their family that got caught up in that, man. That
facts,
shit, that shit was
facts.
everywhere, bro.
And so, like, you know, my dad and my mom were never together. You know what I mean? My mom lived in Washington, my dad lived up here. And
Okay.
so like I was with my dad, and my dad had a girlfriend up here who he ended up, you know, I got brothers, you know, half brothers through their
Okay.
relationship. And so like my dad was always getting kicked out the house, and he'd take me with him. You know what I mean? So like while my dad's bouncing around and shit, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? And you know what I mean, running the streets and whatnot, like I'm with my dad, you know what I mean? And this is between 8 and 11. So because I went down to Texas for a bit, you know, stay with my grandma. Um, I went to Mississippi, you know what I mean? Like I kind of bounced around through my family for a little period of time. And so like I just kind of picked up on like, you know, how my dad was moving. And then my like when I got put into foster care at 11, but you know what I mean? Like I couldn't trust my parents, but I ain't gonna trust no people you put me with.
Right.
So you know what I mean? Like I'd run away from my foster homes. You feel me? And I just, you know, I'd utilize everything I see my dad, you know, running around doing. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so I just, you know, find abandoned cars to sleep in. Find a friend that I could try and slick talk their parents and let me stay the night, acting like I got locked out the house. You know what I mean? Like different shit like that. And so like I just kind of started maneuvering, and then I'd meet like people along the way, you know, maybe some like older kids that were hustling and stuff, and they'd be like, hey man, you an all right little dude, let me teach you how to survive out here and whoop de whoop. And
Right.
so, you know what I mean, between that and then getting in trouble for committing crimes and going to juvie, and then you know that's criminal camp 101. You know what I mean, you go to prison,
There's
jail,
nothing but little
juvie.
criminals in there. Nothing but
Yeah,
that's
so
all you're
so
gonna
you
learn is different little
yeah,
tricks
so
that they gonna talk
you
about.
picking up game and shit. You know what I mean? So the more I did that, the more that allure of the streets kind of got to me. Like, you know,
Right.
fuck a foster home, fuck a group home. You feel me? Like, man, this shit's fun out here now. You know what I mean? It's not even survival so much anymore. It's kind of fun out here.
Right.
Like, I don't want to be with some strangers who I don't even know trying to tell me what the fuck to do. You ain't my parents. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like, I know how to take care of myself. And so every time, you know, I get placed in a foster home, I take off. You know what I mean? I take off. And finally just kind of got to a point where they couldn't place me in foster homes. Because they were like, I think I went through 16 foster homes between the age of 11 and 16. You know
Damn.
what I mean? And
All right.
they couldn't place me anywhere. Nobody wanted me. They were like, he's a problematic kid. And so they started trying to put me in group homes and shit. And like I just take off from the group homes, like fuck it, you know what I mean? And I just got really good at like taking care of myself, like
Right.
knowing like shoplifting to eat, you know what I mean? Breaking into laundry rooms to sleep, finding other badass kids that have ratchet parents that didn't mind keeping 12 runaways in their house and shit, you know what I mean? So like I just that ended up being like the norm for me,
All
you know what I mean?
right. He said finding badass kids with ratchet parents that didn't mind having. And it was real shit though, because I definitely had some friends whose parents allowed me to do shit at their house that
Yeah,
I definitely
smoke
couldn't. What?
weed,
Smoke
drink,
weed,
you know
drink.
what I
I'm
mean? Have
you know what I
girls
mean?
over, you
What?
know, they ain't care, you know what I mean?
Did not care. It was
Yeah,
I think everybody had that one friend who had, you know what I mean, at
the
least
ratchet
one friend
parents.
that had the ratchet parent that
Facts,
might walk
facts.
past you and ask you to hit the blunt, or you know what I mean, pass you the
Yeah,
blunt.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, hey, you got any weed, little nigga? Like,
I've
yeah.
had
Facts.
I've had friends' parents, you know what I mean, come downstairs. I sleep over their crib, you know what I mean? I'm like 13, 14 on the weekend. They come downstairs, and as they smoking the blunt, walking down the steps, they pass it to me while they walking in the
Facts.
kitchen. You know what I mean?
Lying
So,
to the police. The police come,
oh
hey, is so
yeah.
and so there? Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Yep. Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah, you know what I mean?
hell
So,
yeah.
you know, I got caught up with all that. And it like dealing like doing all that and then dealing with like my childhood issues, bro, with not having my parents around, like, and not like properly dealing with that shit. Like I started like really getting like heavily involved in the streets, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like I was acting out in ways, like no kid really should be, running around with, guns and all that shit and doing crazy ass shit, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like, and so that became kind of the norm for me. And then as I got older, I was so caught up in that cycle, you know what I mean? Like I got turned 19 because I was in juvie from like 16 and a half to 19 the last time I went in, and I got released on my 19th birthday. And
Oh,
I
you
went,
went
I was,
in and did those years straight.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Like I mean, I was in and out of juvie, hella. I think I spent more time in juvie during my teenage years than like not even think I know I
Then on
did.
the street.
Yeah,
That's
and
crazy.
so like that's kind of all I knew. So I got out of juvie at 19, and like within that first year, I'd already went to county, and I was back on that cycle as an adult.
Yeah.
In and out,
That
going up,
recidivism rate is a motherfucker, man.
yeah, going upstate for like 8 9 months, get out, be right back in like 4 or 5 months later.
So
You know what I mean?
what were your charges, or the majority of your charges was what?
Assaults, fighting, just like violent offenses,
Okay.
assault on officers, fighting with people, robberies.
You name it.
Yeah, I mean, not you name it, you know what I mean, but like just you know what I mean. Like I still had a young mind frame, so I felt like
Right.
King Kong out there. I felt like I could take shit if I wanted it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
but
I
then
don't.
at the same time too, and with a lot of people, especially like our black people in general, they don't want to they don't want to talk about their feelings, or what I mean, try to figure out what's wrong mentally, because at that age, with everything that you dealt with already, what I mean, from the age of 8 until you were 19, it's like you gotta feel like it's me against the world type of attitude. You gotta
Yeah,
feel like nobody really loves me out here. You know what I'm saying? It's
and
a whole
like
bunch of different emotions that you be having all bottled up, and that shit is like a bottle rocket. It's gonna explode. You know what I mean?
yeah, I
So
was angry at the world, bruh. Like
right,
I ain't even finna cap, bruh. Like I was angry at the world, bruh, and like I felt like, bruh, like it's just me out here at the end of the day, bruh. Like don't nobody give a fuck about me. You know what I mean? My parents don't give two shits.
right,
Like, you know what I mean? These people don't give a fuck like what's really going on with me. And so like I projected that out towards the world. You
right.
know what I mean? Like being a hoodlum, like just like I said, crazy shit, bro. Like I told you, like stealing cars off the car lot. Like, man, I like that car. You know what I mean? Because up here it used to be different. I've been in trouble for this, so I can talk about this. So
He said,
um
I got convicted for this already. It's
yeah,
no
yeah, yeah, yeah. Anything I talk about, I've been convicted for it. You know what I mean? If I don't talk about it, it's you know
then
what I
it's none of
mean?
y'all
Yeah,
business.
yeah, yeah. You won't know.
Right.
You won't know if I don't talk about it, right? So, um, you know what I mean? Like up here, they used to like during the winter, they used to with the auto starts.
Yeah.
They got smart. They got hip to it now though. But they used to keep the cars unlocked at the dealership during the winter, and they'd hit the auto start, and the keys would be in them. You know what I
Oh,
mean? And so they wouldn't let the engine freeze. They'd start the
right.
cars, and they only do inventory at the end of the month. So like during the winter time, you go around the first of the month, you got you a new whip all month before that shit's reported through inventory.
Oh
So
shit.
yeah, I mean not no more. They
Right,
wise it
right.
up.
They
They
caught
wise
on
it up to
now.
that
But
shit.
back then
But
you had a whole month where you before they even noticed it was gone.
yeah, bro, we were peeling the
Wow.
dealerships.
Wow.
And I'm talking about like 15, 14 years old, bro. Like we were peeling the dealerships, bro. Like
What type of joints was you getting off the lot?
um Jeep Cherokees, like
All right.
yeah, like it was a little Jeep, the little Jeep place and shit. You feel me? But we
Yo,
go over there, just you know what I mean. What
Greg said, slow down. Hold on, I'm writing all this down.
great, crazy.
He said, I'm writing all this down, nigga. He said it don't work no more. It don't work no more.
Yeah, that shit don't work no more. You feel me? And up here it was different because we got all that winter and shit. You know what I
Right,
mean? So like they weren't used to that shit. You know what I
right.
mean? They weren't used to that shit back then. So like, you know what I mean? That's the type of shit we used to do. I'm sure everybody's done it in the hood, punching, going to the hotels, punching, going in the hallways, punching holes in the sheetrock, wrapping up the sheetrock, selling it to the heads and shit. You know
Yo.
what I mean? He said no, but
No, I said yo.
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
Yeah,
yo, real
I've
quick,
heard.
man. You gonna grab it? All right,
Yeah,
cool, cool. Like just stupid shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, but like for me, that was like survival though. You feel me? Like
right,
it was like okay, like I gotta do this if I'm out here. And when I was younger, I'm gonna keep it 100. I wasn't the best hustler when I was younger. So like I was
you
more of
was
a
young.
stick. I was more of a stick up kid. That was my thing. You feel me? I was a stick up kid. And I think because I had so much internal anger and shit, you feel me? Like I didn't really care about the results.
Right.
I think I was kind of like on a reckless path. Like I didn't really care kind of what happened to me, but if I could prevent it, I was gonna prevent it. But if it happened, if it happened, you know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
like being a stick up kid was kind of my thing, man. And like my partners used to be like, bro, you're crazy, just barefaced. You know what I mean? Like but I didn't care at the time because you young and shit. So you feel like, man, you that dude, man. You don't really give a fuck. You like, yeah, I wish a motherfucker would. You
And then,
feel
like you
me?
said, you at that time, man, you probably didn't care if you live or died or what happened. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
just living. You know what
And
I'm
I
saying?
mean, like I remember time when I was 14, bro. I slept in an abandoned train for the whole winter. You feel me? No, you know what I mean? No blankets or nothing, bro. And it get like -20 up here sometimes.
How the
Sometimes
fuck did you
-40.
survive throughout that whole winter on an
Just
abandoned train?
cold, bruh. I'd have to wait till something open, like the bus station opened up in the morning, because the abandoned trains would be downtown.
Right,
So like I just kind of shiver it out through the night. You know what I mean? Coat, hoodie. You know what I mean? Just tucked up in my shit, bruh. Just shivering all night.
right,
And like as soon as you know what I mean, like I start hearing them buses moving around. Like I walk a couple blocks to the bus station and warm up. You know what I mean? Go Fandango a free cup of coffee in there to warm up, and just kind of sit in there for a few hours. Like, yeah, I had a crazy upbringing, bruh. Real
that's
crazy.
wild.
Yeah, bruh.
That's what I'm saying though, man. Like your mental had to be fucked up, like to be
Yeah, bruh.
dealing with
Like,
some shit like that.
yeah, bruh. Like, I was in a bad space, bruh. Like a real bad space for a majority of my life too, bruh. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it 100. I think I really like it clicked in for me to get on my grown man shit. Truthfully, like 2017, bruh. Like 2017.
So what
Like,
what what made you like what made it click to you in 2017? What what
so
changed so,
I came home from an 8.5 year bed. You feel me?
in
I came
2017?
in 2017.
Okay.
Um, so hold on. Let me rephrase that. So I went to the Bing in 2011. I got
Mhm.
out 2017 to the halfway house, caught an escape charge, was on the run for 8 months, got picked up, and did another yeah, another 2.5 years. Like from that, so I had like an
So you
eight
got
month.
out 2019 for
I
like
got out. I
for
just
good.
came home. Yeah, I just came home. I'm on parole for the escape charge, and you know what I mean. So
So how many years you got to walk off?
see, I've been out 40 months now. I got a little under 2 years left because I
Okay.
was serving time when I escaped.
Right.
So
You
you
was
know
in the
what I mean.
halfway house.
Yeah, yeah. So I had to I still had to serve that time on top of the escape shit. You feel me?
Greg said your math ain't mathing, yo.
What you mean? Yeah, look, 2011 to 2017, right?
Right.
That's what I was locked up for. That 6 years.
Mhm.
Um, I was out for 8 months, went back in at the end of 2017, and
Okay.
then came home 2019. Yeah. You feel
All right.
me? He
Yeah.
said, your math ain't math. And no, I ain't math, bro. Trust me, I know how much time I've done, bro.
Right. I mean,
But
he
I
was
had,
there. He was there.
yeah, I was there. Trust me, every day of it. But yeah, I that 8 month period I was on the run, bro. Like I was cooped up in houses, bro. It was like I was locked up. Still, I wasn't going in public. None of that shit. They had my picture in the newspaper on the
Oh
news.
yeah.
You know
So
what I
you
mean?
had to lay
Like,
low.
yeah. So like, I had that 8 month like free period, but it wasn't really. I wasn't really free.
So yeah,
Go ahead,
how's Alaskan prisons? Like I'm trying to I know it's cold as shit, but I mean I'm
man. Hey,
assuming it's prison. Prison is prison, but Like, is
I
there
mean,
anything that's
there's
different?
politics. There's politics up here, but motherfuckers mingle, bruh. It's not like the blacks got to stay with the blacks and the whites. Like motherfuckers intermingle. Like, you
Okay.
know what I mean? You cool with a motherfucker on the streets, you can kick it with a motherfucker in the streets. Like,
Okay.
you know what I mean? You'll catch like a black dude and a white dude roommated up. You know what I mean? Sell it up. Uh, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers ain't tripping if you kicking it with the white boys, ain't tripping if you kicking it with the natives, ain't tripping if you kicking it with the Samoans, any of that.
Okay.
Like you know what I mean? It's real integrated like that. But there are politics, like every race got cars, you know what I mean, and like a hierarchy and shit, and you know what I mean?
That's what I wanted to get to, Mrs. Traumatose, because he's like, to answer my question, what changed in 2017?
Yeah,
Well,
my fault.
2019 when you came
I
home,
kind of
she
talked around.
straightened you out. Yeah, he that's what I was trying to get to though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm like, I figured that's what changed, or at least that was like 80% of what changed, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
yeah,
I met my wife. I met my wife in 2017, and
okay.
like yeah, like it was crazy at first, you know what I mean? Like, cause look, don't let her cap too. We were both on the run.
Wait, whoa, hold up.
She got more. Hey, look, she got more felonies than me.
Hold
Yeah,
oh shit.
yeah.
Hold up,
Look,
hold
yeah,
up,
yeah.
hold
Don't
up. So both of y'all was on the run when y'all met each other. Y'all both on the
facts. Yeah,
run.
look.
Yo,
Don't
wow.
let her front. But we were kind of sick of that shit when we were on the run. Like we really wanted to get things together, but we ain't want to go to jail. So it's kind of like catch us if you can. But when you catch us, like cool, we kind of ready to settle down.
Okay.
And so I think she got picked up like 2 weeks before me. And then I went in, she got out, came home, got things together. I still had I think like another year and a half. You know what I mean? Like
So
after
while
she
while both of y'all were in, did y'all have communication with each other?
Oh yeah, yeah. We were writing each other, all that. You know what I mean? Talk on the
Okay.
phone. I had the little three-way connect. You know what I mean? She called
Right.
certain times, I called certain times, they linked the call together.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like it was, you know what I mean, it was dope. And then she got everything situated for me for when I came home, you feel
Right.
me?
Because she got
And
out
then
before you.
yeah. And then like, it was kind of crazy during that time because you know what I mean? She was pregnant when we both got arrested and our twins died. Like our twins ended up passing. So like we went through a lot, like incarceration, you know what I mean?
Oh
Our kids
wow, man. I'm
passing.
sorry to hear that, man. I had one of those too, man, not too long ago. So I
Man, I'm
definitely know
sorry
how
to hear
you
that.
feel. Yeah.
I appreciate it. Man, I apologize. I apologize for you know what I mean. You gotta go through that, bro. Like
Man.
it's just
It's
tough.
it's life, man. Yeah, it's just something, it'll make the relationship stronger if you ask me. You know what I mean? So
Facts, facts. Like
facts, Sugar
like a
Ray.
lot. Hey, that's real talk, Sugar Ray. Like a lot of people will tell you, you know what I mean. Like there's certain events in a relationship that's either gonna break you, or make you stronger. You feel
Facts.
me? And like you know what I mean. We've gone through a lot of different situations. Prison, you know what I mean. The baby's passing. Um, just like you know what I mean. I used to drink a lot too, so you know what I mean. We've gone through like all kinds of stuff. You feel me? So and like everything just kind of like made us stronger. So like it man, it's a blessing because she's super supportive, but that was like a big part. Like I finally had something for the first to answer your question. Finally, my bad. I
You
finally
good,
had
bro.
I finally had something I gave a fuck about.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like before, I go to jail, it was uncomfortable, but hey man, I got partners in there, man. I got niggas in there doing life. That's the only time I can see them. You know what I mean?
Right.
I got some my homeboys in and out of there. So I go to jail. It's uncomfortable, but hey, my partners are there, man. It's all good. You feel me? Like it's
You look at
whatever.
the bright side of certain things, you know what I'm saying? Look, I ain't never gonna be able to be this close to my homeboy again. I ain't gonna be here
Facts,
forever. I ain't gonna be here forever, but he is. So while I'm
facts,
here, I'm gonna
facts,
enjoy my time with my mans and them. And then,
facts.
you know what I mean?
So
I'm gonna get up out of here.
like, I mean, I got a lot of friends, bro. They ain't never coming home. And like the only time, like I said, I ever get to see him is when I was locked up. So
Right.
like I'm like, man, this shit sucks, but I'm kicking it with my nigga, man. So it's cool. You feel me? It's whatever,
Right.
man. I'll be out maybe a year,
It could
maybe, you know
always
what I
be
mean?
worse. You feel me?
Yeah, facts, right? So like I'd always look at it like that, but like my wife, and like my wife being like the first person I ever really gave a fuck about outside of myself, to
Mm-hmm.
where like I wanted to unselfishly do things for, you know what I mean? Where I thought about her before me. You feel me? Like that kind of changed everything.
Right.
Everything I thought I knew about like what love was and like what it meant to be love. You know, all them confusion feelings a lot of people have, where they be like, oh yeah, I love this person, but they'll go out and like, you know, do crazy shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? That kind of contradicts that. My wife, like me, my wife, I was like, damn, this is the first time I really gave a fuck about somebody more than myself. And like, I have
Right.
a fear of losing that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to go to jail. Like, I don't want to be away from her.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
So now you got a
hey,
reason to get your shit together,
yeah.
and yeah.
Yeah, so you know, it was that, and then you know when I got picked up for the escape, man, I really just started thinking about it. I was like, man, I'm cool with a lot of these niggas in here, bro, but this ain't it, bro.
Right. Right.
Like, bro, I got all these dreams, all these plans, like everything I want to do, bro. And I was like, this shit ain't it, man.
Right.
Like, yeah, man. Like, I got a life out there, and like, you know what I mean? Like, what the
No,
fuck
I
is
know what you
this,
mean. I
man?
know what you mean, bro. You start to
Yeah.
look at it like, damn, I actually got some shit to live for now. Like right now,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
what am I
And like
doing in here? I don't want to be in here.
it was that and accountability, bruh. Like I had a real convo with myself. It was like, bruh, no matter what, like the person I have to blame for what's going on with me, bro. I can't blame my parents. I can't blame like, bruh, I call myself a grown ass man, bruh. So like I have to take accountability. I'm putting myself in these situations.
Right.
And I was like, bro, I don't like these situations. And I don't like the fact that I can't point fingers at anybody. So I was like, man, I ain't got no choice then, really, man. But I got to fix the problem. And the
Right.
consecutive problem for many years now has been me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm the common denominator out of all these jail stays and all that shit, bro. And
What's
I was
the
like, I don't,
same? Me.
yeah. I was like, it may be different situations and this, that, and the third. I was like, but the one consistent thing is me. And
Right.
I was like, yeah, bro. Like, look, if I really don't like this, I gotta switch it up, bro. Like, I really gotta like self-preservation. That's the big thing I preach all the time, man. How am I gonna preserve what I have and what I enjoy and who I am? And
Right.
so, like, you know, I steer away from a lot of shit, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't blame you, man. I really don't, man. I'm at the point in my life now, man, where I just honestly want to be left the fuck alone. Almost
facts,
like
facts,
you know what I'm
facts.
saying? So it's like I just want
Every
to
time I
chill,
mingle
enjoy life, and enjoy my
with
family, man.
facts, every time I've mingled with motherfuckers in my city, man, it's been problems. So I'm like, man, fuck it, bro. Like,
Yeah, I'm
I
cool,
don't need to
man.
go out to the bars. I don't need to go clubbing. I ain't need to do none of that
None of that
shit. You
shit.
feel
Yeah.
me? Like, yeah, bro, I'm chill at home, bro. I got
None
the
of that
internet.
shit.
I got TV. You know what I mean? I got my studio right here. Jared, what's good, brother? You feel me? So I'm like, bro, I don't really need to leave for shit. And everything just a couple clicks of a button now. So,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like,
But shout out to everybody that's in here, man. Everybody that's tapping
out to
in
the
with us
chat.
and in the
Yes, sir.
comments, in the live chat, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in with us. We in here with Traumatose, man. Honestly, I can't lie. This is one of my best interviews. I'm gonna go back and rewatch this joint like I always do with my interviews.
I
But
appreciate it.
this is one of my best interviews. You definitely one of my best. I guess you would call it what, an interviewee or whatever, like a guest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nah, I appreciate it.
So yeah, I mean, you definitely one of the best guests I've had on here so far, man. You got a lot
Thank
to
you.
talk about. You got a very, very interesting story. This is not going to be your last time on the show. We definitely going to bring you back, brother.
I
Um,
appreciate it.
yeah, I'm enjoying this interview. Like they said in the chat, this is a great interview. And it
Thank you.
definitely is,
Thank you.
man. But so what are you working on right now before we get out of here and end the show? What are you working on right now?
Um,
Whether it be like you said with the morning show or music or a podcast or just anything, man. What you working on right now?
man, I'm kind of, you know, I'm kind of dabbling with a little bit of everything. I know, shout to Yo Yo, man. I got this, I'm on this Red October card coming up. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah, I was talking to OG about bringing you talking to him about bringing you over to the chamber, man, You know what I mean? I would love to meet you in person and you know what I mean, actually, you know what I mean, do a battle, in-person battle, and you know what I
Facts. I
mean?
look. I love that. I love that. The crazy thing is, I started off battle rap. I know I ain't get to talk about that. But you know, we always got more time for that another
Oh
time
yeah,
too.
like
I
I said,
started.
bro, you
Yeah.
I'm talking about in the next few months, Traumatose is gonna be back on the show, bro. I'm telling you.
Appreciate it. I started battle rapping. Had to learn how to become a studio. You know what I mean, like recording artist, and then
Right.
you know what I mean. Like I recently wanted to get back into battle rapping, so like it kind of happened kind of just like that, like within the week of me deciding that, you know what I mean. Shout out to Baz who bar you to death, man. He took a chance with me, put me on the card, and
That's what's
that's how
up.
I met Killer Tone, how I got the link to come over, you know what I mean,
Right,
like the
right,
what was going on with you, yeah.
right.
So and Till
It's
and Kale
crazy,
too,
man. Right.
yeah.
Shout out to
So
them.
like, you know, a lot of just like a lot of good stuff's been coming from that. So you know, I got some battles coming up. The Killer Tones card also on December 10th in Harlem. I'll be doing an in person there too. Shout out to
That's
Killer
love.
Tone with that. Facts, facts. Man, shout out to everybody. You know what I mean? That support
When is that one again?
December 10th.
I might have to shoot up to Harlem in December. Take
Look,
a
I ain't
trip
never
up
been
there.
to New York too. To me, New York's the
Yo,
bro.
New
That's the
York
hip
is
hop mecca. I feel
New
like as a
York is
rapper,
different.
I feel like as a rapper, you know what I mean? Because that's where hip hop started. I feel like at least
Yeah,
once, some point in every rapper's life, just like Muslims go to Mecca, man. You gotta
right.
you gotta go to the
Gotta go to
motherland
New
where it
York.
started. You
Listen,
gotta breathe that air, walk on that soil at least
I'm
once.
telling you, I'm telling you. When you go to New York, you gonna move how you moved when you was locked up. I'm telling
Oh,
you, you gonna listen. But when you go, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. The first time I went to New York as a kid, it was like, wow, I'm in New York. Like, you know what I mean? You see the little scaffolds from them working on buildings on the outside and how you walk on the sidewalk. Like, even though I'm from Philly and we have that shit, I'm not in New York. You know what I mean? I'm in Philly. So we have the same shit. It'll be scaffolds on the side of skyscrapers and all
shout
that
out to my
shit
brother
too.
Kobe too. Yes.
You know what I mean? So it'll be scaffolds on the side of that joint, on the side of the skyscraper or whatever, and you can walk down the sidewalk under them joints and everything else. But it just wasn't New York. When you riding through New York City and you seeing the taxi cabs and all that shit, and you seeing the big ass fucking billboards everywhere, and it's just high rises and skyscrapers everywhere. You just like, yo, like, yeah, this is New York. Like, this shit is, you know what I mean? That shit is ill.
Facts.
Like, so yeah, man. But I'm definitely gonna have to try to slide up there for that, man. That'll be a good card, man. Meet you in person, see you. You know what I
Facts.
mean? Get in your zone and battle rap, man. You said it's verse Killer Tone. I fucks with Killer
No, no,
Tone. He
no.
already. Oh, I was about
Actually,
to
I
say,
just yeah, not Killer Tone invited me on his card, man. I got a lot of respect for Killer Tone, man. We
yeah, shout
we
out to Killer
actually
Tone.
we actually just battled on Sunday. Me and Killer Tone over the spaces.
Okay.
Um, yeah, Killer Tone edged me. He got
See,
it.
I'm telling you,
He-
man. Tone sit there and just read the encyclopedia and be like, oh, it's my turn to rap. Oh, okay. You know what I
facts,
mean?
facts.
It's killer
But
time.
yeah. But Killer Tone, you know what I mean, he really you know what I mean, he really fucks with like my style and the way, you know what I mean, the way I conduct myself battles. So like he really wanted me to be a part of his birthday card. You
That's
feel
what's
me?
up. That's what's
And
up.
so like, yeah, you know, I felt honored with that too, man. So
That's
yeah, shout
love,
out to
man.
Killer Tone.
Shouts
Shout out
out
to
to Killer
Kobe
Tone.
fan too, my brother in the chat, man. He's the one that actually really got me link back up with all
Is
this.
that
Same as my
Delaware
brother
Kobe
Meech.
fan? Is that Delaware Kobe fan? Or is that some another Kobe fan? Like, 'cause I don't know. I mean, it could be two people, but I don't know. But
Hey Kobe, I think Kobe from Philly.
yeah, Philly or Delaware, like one of them joints. Like, you know what I mean? Bald head Kobe, man. Is that bald
Yeah.
head black Kobe? Yeah, that's my man. I fucks with Kobe fan. That's my guy, man.
Yeah, he yeah, man. I ran into we had met each other in a chat actually. In a chat and he
Right.
you know what I mean? He really kind of with some I had some convos with him and he was like, man, you'd be
Oh, my
nice for
bad,
the
Kobe.
battle.
My bad. That's Philly Kobe. My bad. My bad. My bad. I thought you was from down there in Delaware fucking with them niggas. Never mind that. You on our side. It's cool. Thought you was down there with Mook and them niggas. But no, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. And people don't understand the connections you can make, man, with other people that has the same goals and mindset as you. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So that's
Facts.
definitely what's up. But
Real talk.
we're gonna go ahead and end this, man. Traumatose, we appreciate you tapping in with us, man.
I
Talking to
appreciate you
us
too,
and
brother.
kind of letting us into your life a little bit, man. We appreciate Mrs. Traumatose, like I told her, for all her support and promoting this interview, and everybody tuning in the chat, man.
Facts.
uh Greg Adams, Sugar Ray, you know what I mean, Mrs. Traumatose, Kobe was in here. What's Goody, Damier the Dragon. There was a bunch of people. OG Benny stopped in this joint. There was a bunch of people in here, man.
Facts.
We appreciate y'all tuning in and tapping in to the Gas Chambers Battle League interviews with me. And you know what I mean, we're gonna be back next Friday. We got Killer Tone next Friday.
Killer
You know what I mean?
time.
So if y'all not doing nothing, 6 p.m. Eastern, we back here again next Friday. We got Killer Tone. Traumatose is definitely coming back. I'm gonna try to let it breathe. I'm gonna say probably around, matter of fact, probably after his battle on Killer Tone's card. Then that's what I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna want to talk about that shit, whether I'm there or not. I'm gonna see it. So you know what
Facts.
I mean. Let's get it. We're gonna do it then. And like I said, bro, I appreciate you tapping in with us, man, taking the time
Appreciate you.
and inviting us in your life, and definitely can't wait to.
Appreciate it.
I'm gonna send you some music, man. We're gonna do something too, man.
Facts,
So
facts. I'm with it, man. Like I'm always ready to work. Like I got the studio set up here, all that. I'm always
let's get
ready.
it. Let's get it,
Yes,
man. But
sir.
so we out of here, people. Like I said, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. It's Gas Chamber Battle Leagues, man. We out of here, baby.